What's going on, good people? Welcome back. Another episode, Summing Up with the Sumners. I'm Damon. This is
Katoya.
You know what it is. Summing Up with the Sumners. Another episode coming in hot. Today we're talking about technology with relationships. We digging in here, but before we do anything, we got to say thank you. Thank y'all so much for everybody rocking with us on all the platforms here, especially over there on Apple Podcasts with the reviews. And we got a review this week.
Yeah, I just want you to know 2 songs popped in my head and I did not sing them.
Look at you with the restraint off top.
I know. It was coming in hot, and thank you. You're far too kind. Okay, I'm done. All right. Whew, had to get them out.
All
right, I'm working on that, actually.
Be free.
No.
It's your podcast.
No, nobody want to keep hearing me.
Be free.
But
they still here? Come on.
All right, here it is. Great new addition to my podcast.
Rotation, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Podcasts, yeah. 5 stars is what I do know.
That's what we do know.
And it comes from my friend, Karen Goss. KLS Goss. I actually really love trying to figure out if I know the person or not. And it says, listening to their podcast is almost as good as sitting around a dinner table with Katoya and Damon. And in this pandemic period, it's a lot easier and more practical. They are both so real and so funny, and I'm looking forward to more of Sum It Up with the Sumners. Purple Heart.
Appreciate you, Karen. She is one of the sweetest people we know.
I mean, literally.
Yeah, literally.
I got about 5 people in that category, and she's one.
Guaranteed.
And so supportive. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. That's the goal, right?
That's the goal.
That's why we started.
That's why
Sitting
we started.
around the table.
That's it.
Ready to transition to the couch.
If you don't know, that's it.
I know, right?
That's
we haven't
it.
really repeated that a lot.
We haven't.
But that's how it started. Like, that's what we do. We love gathering around, chatting and talking. And you finally at that moment when you sit at the dinner table and you're like, you ready to transition this?
Y'all want to go sit down?
Yeah, like we're not done. Yeah. There's more. And that's what the podcast
That's when you get comfortable. That's
is.
when you kind of get real
Sit
personal
back,
here.
uncomfortable.
Y'all know a little bit about us.
So that you can get a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And just talk.
Just be real.
Yeah. So good stuff.
Love it.
Thank you.
Well, listen.
And we need more of those. So
we need more.
Coming.
We're 3 away. We're 3 away from 100.
Will you be one of the lucky?
Come on, we're trying to get to
100.
100 Apple Podcast reviews. We're trying to get it before the summer's over. I'm talking about summer by the calendar. All right, because school's already started back, so we want to give ourselves a little more time.
Yeah, like
we need 3 more.
September 20th or something.
Let's go to work.
It's always longer than you really think.
Guaranteed.
The summer's over.
Well, not according to George's
But like
weatherman.
mentally.
Yes. Yes. Facts.
But the heat is still present.
Guaranteed.
This is why it's hard.
Yes, it is.
I think that summer of freedom, the feeling of summertime freedom should exist as long as the heat is still present.
That's good. Why not?
Why did somebody do that?
Well, summer as an adult is really just
100%.
fake news.
Summer as an adult that does not teach. Okay? Because I was once a teacher and that was a summer.
That was a summer.
That was real.
Now, if you have a regular job that's not teaching here, it's just going to wet.
All my days gone.
That's it. All of us gone.
Request off. I was like, man, I miss being a teacher. Not really. But I do miss only working 190 official days.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Tangents. You just put your teacher career to bed.
Yes.
Put your jersey in the rafters.
Yeah, another
Hall
song.
of Fame.
I'm not gonna do
another one. We gotta get into this thing here.
You're right.
That's funny. We don't. We can do what we want to do. It's our podcast. What we're going to. All right. Let's get into it. We're talking about today. We're digging in deep. Technology in relationships. We all use technology. We all dig into it, and let's just kind of give some framework. What do we mean when we say technology today?
Yeah. Technology today encompasses a lot of things.
It does.
First thing our mind goes to social media as
Guaranteed.
an adult, right? Technology. First of all, I use technology so often when I'm talking about it with my children, but the reality is it is really a big deal even for us as adults. When you're like in that moment with your friends and everybody's on their phone and you're trying to have intentional conversation, yes, technology yet again. But technology, social media, that can be TV, that can be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
all of them.
TikTok,
all of
any of those
all
good
those
ones.
things.
And even for you, my friends, who are not one of those and you're just saving things on Pinterest. Whatever it is that is really honing you in, and when you go over to your screen time on your phone, it's like you've been on this a lot, like 2, 3, 4 hours. That's it.
We can say though that when that came out, it was so humbling. I think we can agree on that. You're like, Dang, I've been on here for 13 hours?
Yeah, I was actually really proud of myself, actually.
Latoya does a great job.
No, not anymore. I used to. After the pandemic, now I'm like, what is this?
Touche.
But
the pandemic changed everything.
Facebook be like 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's good. That's fantastic.
Instagram, 7 hours. Like, yeah, no.
I just hate that it's always talking about my text messages and stuff. It's like, you've been texting. I'm like, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff on my text.
Yeah,
anyway, but social media is practically picking up your phone, maybe watching some TV, video games.
All that.
Missing anything?
All that all ties into technology.
They're still adult gamers.
We
don't exist in that world.
No.
I play a game on my phone once every 2-3 weeks.
That was an era though. Y'all remember that? What was your go-to? We're gonna put that in. We're gonna make that a post
to
this
play
week.
a lot of games.
What was one of your favorite games? Or so you still could be. I want to disrespect you.
You right?
Still playing. But what was in the height of adult games on like apps? Mine was either Words with Friends.
That was a fun one. That was really fun.
Words with Friends, and then for a brief moment, Clash of Clans took over my life for like 6 months.
That ad got you?
Oh, that ad got me, man. that ad got me. I just kept seeing those little men roll up on those mountaintops.
For real?
I was in my heavy. I was an empire. I was a king. It was a whole situation.
I had no idea.
But I was over there when you was asleep, just thumb, thumb.
I did those I did a lot of cooking in hotels.
She did a lot of cooking in hotels.
I'm always trying to multitask.
Angry Birds.
I can serve you. You want some hot chicken?
Angry Birds was hot for like
4
3
things on
years.
this plate? Oh, he getting angry.
That's what the game is if you don't know. She's like a waitress at a restaurant, and she's just out here just whipping it and earning points and just getting in.
Ooh, I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to work in a restaurant.
We never got into Candy Crush though. She did. That's one of her goals.
No.
We didn't get it.
What about you if you do? Idea is anything can kind of hone you in on your phone or a device or even on a larger screen that could have some benefits and also have some downsides, right? So we want to kind of get into some of those things that could be bad, but then kind of how we can shape that for some boundaries because boundaries are important.
Guarantee boundaries are good things. Somebody said that recently. So boundaries are good things. That's really important to know. And when you talk about boundaries, you got to communicate those boundaries, right? We got to be. If I'm going to say, I can't be upset at Katoya that, let's say, she's doing something if we have not communicated as a team so that we have these unmet expectations, right? And the phone takes a lot of our time. And when you get home from commuting in the gym and then, you put the kids down, maybe the kids are still up and it's dinner time. All of these situations, we got to have boundaries so that unmet expectations isn't leading to frustration and conflict, or even expectations is not leading to conflict and that. So creating boundaries is really important when we're talking about technology.
It's true. And it makes me think, like I said earlier, I often think of technology and boundaries and all of that when I'm thinking about children, because screen time is such a popular thing and you're always trying to explain that to them. But it is so true that it really does resonate well with us. And if you haven't created some boundaries, even if you're a single person for yourself.
For yourself.
Right? Because like maybe your partner is not all like with you often, but think about the times when they are with you and they're like, dang, you show watching a whole bunch of TV or you show, playing a lot of games or whatever it is. Like I think that it's just to protect our time. Now, one thing that we do that I think like we'll say, I just needed to just upload for a second.
Yeah,
Isn't that what we say?
Yeah.
Like or download.
Yeah.
I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah.
What's the term we use?
Download. We use download.
Yeah, let's just download. Yeah, like you might come home, do a little bit. You might be on the toilet because
that's some good time. That's some good time on the toilet, fam. On the toilet, you be having a good 15-minute download.
I be like, Damon, you done? You can get off.
I
know you done.
I gotta send another message real quick. I gotta send one more message.
But there's a moment where you're like, man, I haven't really been on, and I just kind of want to like download for a second, rest my mind, blah blah blah. That's acceptable, right? I mean, it's up to you. If you're doing that in the middle of like all the kids coming home, that might not be the best time. So that's why it's important to set up boundaries and discuss kind of like what works and what flows.
We got to just protect our time. What was Maxine Waters, what she say last year? I reclaim my time. You remember that 2 years ago? I reclaim my time. You didn't know that? Maybe it was a Twitter thing. I digress.
My bad.
But it's just important. What we're not saying is there ain't going to be nights you binge. There ain't going to be times you just kick back and just swipe for an hour. Like, that's not what we're saying. But we are saying also with that balance of like, you got to talk about ways that we're going to protect our time as a couple, right? Meals, right? Dates, the bedroom. Those are just three of some of the bigger anchors here. We're like, all right, what does this mean? Like, we go out on a date or just have a meal at our kitchen table here. You know, we don't want to just be that. You know that couple. You look up over there, boom, and they just the appetizer. They ain't said nothing. The main entree they brought out the cookie cake, and they just still looking down at the screen. That ain't what you want to be.
Yeah, because I'd be like, they ain't gonna make it.
Ain't what you want to be, right?
I mean, you want to be able, I think date night's real important, right? Like,
so just that intentionality is really important when you're talking about how to protect our time together as a couple.
So one thing that we did back in the day,
for a long time.
It's true.
Besides this house, right?
Yeah, this is our first time. Because we have kids. To be honest, that's why I was like, yeah, let's do this. But anyway, what we've always done is we never had a TV in our bedroom. Mm-hmm. We kept the bedroom for bedroom things, right? For intimacy, for intentionality, for rest, limited distraction, whatever you want it to be.
Right.
And we did this well before we had children because we never had like an extra playroom, and we definitely did not put a TV in our kids' room. Mm-hmm. So the only TV that we've always had in our house was in the living room. Well, now that the kids are older and they do watch TV and things like that, it was like, all right, we got 2 TVs now. Let's slide one in. Right. But literally for how many years have we been together now?
We've been together for 16.
Okay, but we've been married for 13.
So about 11, 12?
12 years.
12 years we had a TV in the bedroom,
12 years we never had a TV in the bedroom. And to be honest, we still rarely use it because of that practice, I think. So we sometimes are like, oh, let's just wind down in the bedroom together, if we watch TV. But the seasoned couple, where the TV is a distraction, and one of the spouses decides that they just don't want to have that TV on at night like that and sleeps in an entire another room. We can't have it.
Can't have it.
Can't have it.
I need my snuggles.
Now, granted, they had the appropriate boundaries, then they could still have the TV, but clearly that doesn't exist, so they
may need to re-up the conversation.
So,
maybe time.
That's just our choice. And it's so funny because in some ways, I think to us, that was a brilliant decision 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. But now, you watch TV on your phone. That has been nice. We've been like, man, just put the laptop up.
Fact.
Before we got a TV.
Fact.
But that was still our collective decision.
Yes.
And we still protected those boundaries. And so I do think that boundaries are important to protect your time together, your intentionality together, and to not and even also for our amount of screen time so that we're limited in that even as adults.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're going to dig into a little bit more, but we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor.
So I don't really love to cook as the primary cook in this family. However, what I do like is to jazz up the meals when I do cook, right? I'm looking for spices, seasonings, dry rubs, and I found a good place. It is Artisan Dry Goods made by beautiful Briny C. So a little bit of everything to spice up, jazz up your meal. It is a local store right here in Atlanta, but ready to ship out to you all over the world.
Absolutely. And they're legit. I'm going to be honest with you here. Forbes, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and Oprah's magazine. And you know Oprah only going to promote the good stuff. All right. So check them out. Instagram, beautiful Briny C. Make your kitchen better. All right. I'm talking about real good ingredients, urban gardens, local farms. So it's good for your taste buds, good for your body. Check them out. And let's get to the episode. Are we back here? Please check out beautiful Briny C. They are amazing. We used them tonight. The night we recorded and we cooked.
We did.
Tonight they're fantastic.
I used one I had never used and it was great. I made ramen.
They haven't missed.
And there was a little spicy
They have
flavor.
not missed.
They're just so good.
So good. Check them out.
Yeah.
Let's keep going here. Technology in relationships. Another thing here. Now we talked about some of the weird you gotta be kind of aware of here.
The boundaries.
But there's some positives too.
Yeah, and those weren't necessarily.
They weren't negative, but they could, without the communication, without the boundaries, they could.
It is true. It could go wrong.
Yes.
For the benefits. I love technology.
Bang.
And I love that I can connect to people miles away from me in other countries, in other cities, people I don't even talk to that much. I got social media best friends.
Say that. Talk about that for 1 minute. We have social media buddies out here.
Yeah, they're my homies.
I don't know if I ever met them in real life. We don't live in the same continent.
No.
Like, it's just.
But I know I can count on them through thick and thin.
Ooh, you took.
I just needed to get one out, okay?
Was that Whitney? Who was it? Old School
Count-
Kurt?
That's no, that is
that-
Whitney,
that Whitney?
but it's from
It's a movie.
mhm.
It's a Preacher's Wife. You took me back. I wasn't even ready.
Not Preacher's Wife.
What movie is
With
that?
all the black women
With all
together.
the black. Oh, Soul Foods.
No.
What? All the black women together. I don't know. We gotta think about that. Y'all let her know
Wait
if she don't
Until
get
Exhale.
it. Wait until exhale. Okay, don't act like Soul Food didn't have a lot of black
Yeah,
women.
but that would have
Okay.
men too. This was all women. Anyway.
Anyway.
But no, yeah, seriously, there are good benefits, right? And so, like, making the friendships, connecting with people. But when I bring it back into our relationship,
Yeah.
like, I feel like we interact through social
We
media.
do.
Like, we send each other stuff.
send stuff.
We stand on top of things. Oh, did you see this? Like, I get a laugh from David almost every day because of what he sends me.
Vice versa.
Right? And
Vice
so
versa.
sometimes he can't just text me, hey, beautiful, I love you, but he can send me a tweet.
That is what you call a subtweet. Boundaries. Okay? Boundaries.
That was really a callback to ways of old, right? But it's important to stay connected.
Yes, it
but
is.
and that is a fun way for us to do that, right?
Yeah,
That's something you got.
we share a lot of laughs with social media, with the sharing of things. That's for sure. It does bring about another level of communication, and another benefit is definitely just it sparks ideas and dialogue. It has led to conversations. It has led to ideas for date nights and just activities to do with the family. Like Katoya, I don't know, in the last year and a half, you sent definitely several and shared several different events and activities. Hey, just Katoya shared an event, right? And it's just been something, maybe we did it, maybe we didn't, but that social media has been there to kind of help. You're like, man, what we keep doing? We keep doing the same three things. If you said this in the last 5 years, we keep doing the same three things for our date night. We'll never do nothing with the family no more. Like, social media, a benefit of it, if we're going to use it, if we're going to be intentional
Yeah.
with using it in a relationship,
Yeah.
then use it to help you out. If
You
your
know-
date night's lame,
Yeah.
if your family time kind of stagnant, use social media to help it out.
I was talking to a good friend, and she was just saying how, like, she loves concerts and music, but her partner didn't, and just kind of feeling like she was always trying to plan more than he was. And I was like, well, but you probably find this stuff because you're probably looking for it.
Sure.
Like, you're probably following things
Sure.
tell you about concerts.
Right.
But I was, in that moment, I thought, man, that's what we should do, right? Like, I should probably follow a couple more interests, to, like, add into date nights or vice versa. But that is what, like, I'm shooting events.
Yeah,
and saying,
yeah.
hey, here's something we can do. Here's something different. Let's try this. And, it's just to put it on both of our radars.
Yep.
But that's a good idea, to kind of do something with the date night thing, is to, like, start following something that you don't usually follow, or following local things so you can get more ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups now for a variety of reasons. But they talked about this. They actually did a poll. And we've got an episode about date nights. Go check that out a few episodes ago. Good times. But it talked about, in the poll, it's like 500 comments and votes. And the top 2 reasons why people were not having consistent date nights in relationship, in no particular order, babysitters and planning, right? It wasn't money. It wasn't time off work. It wasn't whatever else. It was babysitters and planning.
Because babysitter
And
not
so, yes and no, depending on how you run your stuff, right? But either way, it was like the idea of, like, where am I getting these ideas from, right? And we ain't gonna get too much
How to
into
make
date
it
nights,
fun and
but
fresh.
we're talking about technology, right? So,
way to get some new ideas.
and let's say you're not even into social media. What I do, I also follow a bunch of newsletters, right? So let's talk to people just for people. Everybody's out on social media. So, but try to find you 3 or 4 newsletters that kind of focus in on that can be intentional about helping your relationship. And they were, all right, I don't really do social media. Bet. Well, hit your inbox though once a week. Oh, okay, here's 5 ideas. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And so now you're still getting intentional time using technology to benefit your relationship. And that's what you got. You looked at me like you don't follow newsletters.
No.
I know, because I'm talking to somebody. I said that for somebody.
All I can think about is one more thing in my email.
Katoya has
I'd be like unsubscribing from stuff every day.
so much in her inbox.
It's not even in my inbox. It's in my other.
She has an other
so
box.
my inbox is like important,
She
and
got
they
a whole
know,
other box.
and my Gmail know it's important. But then there's that other section that's just a whole bunch of other beep,
Yeah.
and it really gets on my nerves. Anyway,
Yeah.
But no, I think those are still great tips because not everybody is on social
Everybody's
media,
not.
but you still want some new ideas. So there's just ways that
Technology.
checking your email
Yeah.
or being on your phone or socially can be helpful. And like lastly for us, like podcasts and just creativity, like it's birthed from like ideas of social media and ideas and chiming in. So it's definitely been an added value. It can have a lot of added value.
Absolutely.
Then there are moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, put this down.
Put it
And I
down.
completely am not looking at this.
Facts.
And I like to sign off for a day or two. You know, like you have to do your own boundaries. But I think for real, boundaries to protect the time with each other.
Time is short. I mean, if you broke it down, you know,
I'm ready.
mathematically, it would be tough.
Time waits for nothing.
Mm.
That's music and everything.
Oh, was that who that was?
It's
That was like
gonna take its time.
a Disney movie soundtrack, but I was off. I digress. Let's move along here. Last piece of the puzzle here today: social media etiquette. This one hits home for me for a few different reasons here.
To do or not to do?
I see a lot of people out here either because they've talked about it with their bae, or they have not, and it led to an argument offline. Just putting their spouses and they SOs out here in these streets on social media, and I'm just like, dang, did y'all talk about that? There's real social media etiquette. Listen, I hope y'all have talked about it. That people need to. It is, if you know me or if you heard a podcast episode where I talk about it, it is arguably my number one. I don't know if it's a pet peeve.
His eyes closed.
It would make me. I don't get mad a lot, guys. It would make me so angry if Katoya posted a video of me in any vulnerable moment, and primarily that's sleeping. I find it absolutely disrespectful to have a SO put you online while you're sleeping.
He only cares if SO. If anybody put him online.
Anybody. I digress, but this is what we're talking about. We're talking about social media etiquette. And this is how, right, good things, but potentially bad things can happen. You got to have that conversation. Now, you got to have that conversation about social media etiquette. Because it really means a lot
the
of
other
things.
day, we had a personal conversation, and Damon know better, but he added me on it. So, like, he said, he
talk about this
phrased
for a
it
minute.
in a very unique way that, okay, Damon does these polls almost weekly if you never got into them. He does them on Facebook, and they, like, generate a lot of traction because people want to talk about these very super
Relatable.
these very
topic,
superficial
relatable.
topics. He's like, hey, what's the food that you can no longer eat as an adult?
Yeah, we talked about this.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. And all I said was...
No. Oh, yeah, it started from here.
Yeah, it
from
started
the
from the
podcast.
episode, yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But he was like,
Katoya
and
said...
Katoya something
Yeah.
said, whoa. Why you didn't say what you said? Why you trying to throw me under the bus for this 300
Did you feel like you were under the bus?
Yeah.
Stop it.
No, I didn't care. I stand by it. I think a
They were
grown
like, "Oh,
single
Katoya,
man
you
eating
had so many
graham
tags and
crackers
notifications.
is weird.
You had all the notifications. You're like, oh, look at me getting that notice
That
today.
was getting on my... No, it's getting on my nerves. What are you talking about? Anyway.
That's social media etiquette we're talking about.
But yeah, don't be adding me negative. Katoya said.
Katoya said I shouldn't be eating graham crackers no more. Do y'all agree? I ain't say it like that.
He did.
But that's how she read it at work.
That's bad. I mean, I stand by what I said, but however, so just things like, or is it okay for y'all? This is preference. Some people, talk through sexual emojis socially.
I've seen it.
And I'll be like, all right,
Woo.
y'all want to take it to the bedroom?
Okay. Just out here, just in the comment section.
Girl, was and my
Whoa.
it's whatever. There's do you what's your Twitter?
I'm pausing that. Let's not run from that really quick for a second. I would probably text you. I would probably go off of Instagram and text you like, hey, how do you want me to respond to this? I mean, you use the peach.
We've done,
you use the splash. You use
I think
the
we've done it subtly before, but it ain't nothing.
You use the fire emoji, the thunder stick. I'm like, you use a lot.
Pick up what I'm putting down. If I put it down.
I mean, I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna throw it all down. So all those things matter because somebody may not feel comfortable with them, right? This is social media etiquette we're talking about.
Right.
You know?
You'll be like, oh, my job. Oh, whatever.
Your job, ma'am, stop. You work.
Tell them to get up off your social media and leave
You know?
alone.
But social media is crucial in relationships and how you want to handle it. Like even like login, we have a whole like thing that we can get into anybody's account for anything.
If I die.
You know? Like I gotta be able to know.
Somebody gotta deactivate my account.
Come on, I gotta let that. Hey y'all, this Damon. She loved y'all so much. Thank you for the comment.
That was not funny. That was actually really sad.
Gotta hit him with that dark humor every now and again. But like seriously though, like you would you feel okay with your bae having your social media login information?
Some of you may get some some messages from Damon and
listen here,
because he has my login info.
I do. And if Katoya wants to level up, she got my info too.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think it's important.
It's important.
And I'm not going in and like directly check it or anything, but there should be honesty too.
Integrity.
And that's a whole nother topic.
Thing.
But we should feel comfortable, and if not, then we should be having some conversations.
Another thing about social media etiquette here, and I know I've done it many a times at shows, and I believe you, correct me if I'm wrong, you've done it many times too. But when you talk about social media etiquette, especially with your bae, with your SO, with your boo thing here, the photos. Let's just talk about this for half a second here.
It is important.
Do not. You should know better, people. Don't ever post a bad photo of your boo. Don't do that. Like
unless that's their thing. Unless they post bad photos of themselves, then you can post bad photos. But
and that's the common thing.
Right. And I'm also kind of like, just take from what I posted. If you're going to make a collage, just build it from what I've already created.
I just see it so much. I'm just like, did you get the green light to post this picture?
Probably.
It's from a lower angle. There's two chins. The sun is away. It's just I'm like, what?
This is good.
You used
This is now making me think about men.
A sidekick phone.
Most men do not have really good pictures of themselves, especially if they're selfies. And then if you go to the opposite and they look too good, now we're questioning.
Well, listen, we talked about that one of the episodes here. Is it weak for a man to take selfies? He can't eat Pop-Tarts. But is a man weak for taking selfies?
No.
Exactly.
I don't think so at all.
But just do it well, fellas.
Yeah, but don't be like...
Just do it well. Put the hand up. Yeah. Freeze on. But what about this? Would I hit him with the... Ooh. If you ain't watching us on YouTube, get with it.
A full fist under their chin?
I've seen people do
two fists?
I've seen people do two
nobody ever done that.
I've seen people do 2 fists.
Stop.
On the belly. Feet crossed at the ankles.
Dang.
I've seen it.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that
You've never seen nobody do that.
That's GQ. It's just 2 fists. I'm saying the 2 fists under the chin, on the belly.
I think this should be the cover of this
episode. Hilarious.
That's silly.
Social media etiquette, it matters.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you know how your spouse likes to communicate on social. If you're gonna communicate, if not, win it out. Just actually communicate.
Don't subtweet. Don't be mentioning me randomly on the wall on your Facebook. Don't be doing that stuff. You got to talk about that stuff, y'all.
Yeah, you got to know the rules.
And if you just dating somebody and they ain't ready to be posted in the IG stories, don't do that. If y'all just kind of in that talking phase, don't put their face on there. Don't put their face on there. Now, I've been with her for 16 years, so her face all over my space.
Yeah, better be.
Got a face all over
there. Take a look and be like, man, we missing from my feet.
She does do that. That's a great thing. She does that. She kind of checks in like,
it's a lot of pounds.
A lot of pounds.
Where's my family?
Where's my kids at?
I'm a real-rounded individual.
All right. I know. Well, my husband, I ain't seen my husband in my grill.
Nobody thinking my husband ain't with me.
Oh, dang. Are they still together? He ain't in the grill right now. He ain't in the grill.
He must be going through. I ain't seen him on no
post. I ain't seen no podcast post. They ain't talking about nothing. Ain't nothing dropped. That episode ain't dropped since April.
Dang.
God, dog. Guess they summed it up.
They wrapped that up. They done. Anyway, y'all. Man. That's it.
Technology.
Keep your boundaries. Find your benefits.
Know the
Control
etiquette.
your etiquette.
Come on now.
That's it.
That was good.
Live your life, be free.
That's it, baby. Listen.
Just live your life. Woo. Hey.
J-Lo?
And then stack the paper. Rihanna.
Oh, Riri. You know she's a billionaire now.
I know she is.
Come on now.
We love you,
Respect
Riri.
to our queen. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Check us out on every platform. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we there. That's where we at. We there. Wherever you listen, full episodes on YouTube. But we trying to get to 100, baby. We
Just
need
three more. That's
reviews
it.
to get to 100.
Listen, we got like over 300 people listening. There's no reason why we can't have. I mean, it's like on a regular. There's no reason why it shouldn't be 100 reviews.
We talking to you.
I'm just saying.
We talking to you.
Mic drop.
Yeah, we talking to you.
Mic drop.
Damn, Nick Katoya. Sum it up. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.